ये नाना पाटेकर ने जब बदतमीज़ी की मेरे साथ, फिर उसके दिमाग में आया कि वो मेरे साथ एक इंटीमेट स्टेप भी करेगा गाने में, जो कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के अनुसार था नहीं। वो मेरा सोलो सीक्वेंस फिल्माया जाना था। पहले दिन से उसने अपनी हरकतें शुरू कर दी थी।
Pushed around, forced to do an intimate dance, intimidated by politically connected goons. That is what this Bollywood actor is claiming happened to her a decade ago.
That narrative has changed. It was never a tiff. It was about one person who, along with the support of few other people, was harassing another individual.
But just like the silence that met her when she spoke of her experience on the sets of Horn OK Please, even today, there's hardly anyone from the film fraternity who's willing to stand by her.
सर, ना तो मेरा नाम तनुश्री है और ना ही नाना पाटेकर। कैसे उत्तर दूं आपके सवाल?
I think without knowing the veracity of something or the details of something, I don't think I can comment on it. It's not right for me either way to comment on it.
I am not aware of this, my dear. I am aware of this. Let me understand what is happening. Even for the earlier question, I've been here. I don't know what he's talking about.
You know, these big stars in Bollywood, they speak up on everything. They tweet about every small thing, big thing. But when it comes to this, they've maintained a stoic silence.
The actor who's being accused of indecent and inappropriate behavior is threatening legal action.
Sir, in 2009, she's saying there was a sexual harassment by you.
म्हणजे काय? सेक्शुअल हॅरॅसमेंट म्हणजे काय? आम्ही सेटवर बसलोय, समोर 200 लोक बसली आहेत.
Yes, sir.
मग तिथे आपण काय बोलणार? आता पण मी त्यांना लिगली काय करायचं ते करेन ना.
Tonight we ask, where are those who were quick to support the Me Too campaign of the West? Why have the Bollywood stalwarts lost their voice tonight? Let's debate.
Now let me make this very clear. This is not about deciding whether somebody is guilty or not guilty. There'll be plenty of people who'll say, why can't you give someone benefit of doubt? It's about finding the nerve to talk about it, to ask for an investigation, to actually acknowledge that perhaps we do have a problem. The biggest voices to the smallest voices in the film industry, Bollywood or otherwise, have refused to speak with us today. Almost everyone, we tried everyone, refused to speak to us on the phone, refused to get on the show, refused to comment on the problem. Nobody wants to talk about it. How do we expect to get through this issue or to tackle an issue if nobody wants to talk about it? Why is Bollywood so afraid of sexual harassment? Is it such a large part of the fabric of this industry that you're afraid that if we have to take it apart, the entire thing will come apart? Or are these people so powerful and nobody wants to challenge the men of Bollywood? That's the question we're asking today. Why can't we simply talk about it? Joining me on the show, Akashdeep Shabir is a director. We have Hasleen Kaur, who's an actor. Fawzia Arshi is a film director herself. Mukesh Tyagi is a film producer. Sapna Bhavnani is a celebrity hairstylist. And Janice Sequeira is a journalist who's covered the industry for a very long time, who'll join us through the course of the conversation as well. Our phone lines are open for our viewers. If this is a Me Too moment for Bollywood or for the film industry, it's time to talk about it. And why is it that the biggest voices in this industry refuse to acknowledge or comment on what is going on? I'm going to start with Sapna, who's in the studio with me. Why is it, Sapna, that in India we're so afraid to talk about sexual harassment? We're so afraid to talk about just the issue of sex or rape?
I definitely don't think it's the men, because America has successfully taken down bigger men than we have here.
Yes.
I think that it's just the lack of unity. I think that women here are just not united as a front, and that is a really big concern for a lot of people to come out and actually say something, because they're constantly thinking like, oh, if I stand up, no one else will support me, and I know
Yes.
I'll just be out there. And then, of course, you have the normal, she just wants publicity, oh, her career is failing, or this. And then you have the entire man brigade, mansplaining, and then that's the end of it, right? So and it'll happen for 2 days, and that's it. End of baggage. I mean, this year I went to Cannes, and I was amazed to see how the Me Too campaign had just taken over
Yes.
the entire festival. It was amazing to see the camaraderie, the unity. I wish something like that would actually exist here, you know.
Yes.
It is definitely that. I feel the biggest problem that happens here.
Akashdeep, Shabir, is this because of the camps that exist in Bollywood? People are afraid they won't get any work if they tick off the powerful boys of Bollywood?
No, Faye, I don't think that's the reason. It's something, first and foremost, that's being brought out after nearly a decade. So asking any producer, director, or a leading actor to comment, it would be very wrong on their part to comment, because they really don't know what's happened, whether this is being done for publicity, whether this actually happened. You've got to give somebody the benefit of doubt or not, irrespective. The point is, what does somebody talk about when a statement like this about 2009 is made today? I am not at all wanting to take anything away from the guts that Tanushree had to come on the media and speak, but just wanting to be part of a Me Too campaign that started all over the world and now talking. I would have admired the fact that the day it happened, had she spoken, and
She
you would
did.
have had the debate the same evening or the next day. You would have seen people of the life of like me who would come and
No, let me, one second.
completely
One
support
second.
her.
Akashdeep,
10
Shabir,
years
let me
later,
point
I
out
don't
to you.
know. I
No,
will-
let me clarify
all
this.
of us will have to find
Yeah,
out before we
okay,
comment.
Okay, let me clarify the first point. She did in fact talk about it when it happened back then. It was covered by the media when it happened then. In fact, Janice Sequeira will join us in a little while. She was a reporter who at that point covered it and put it up on the channel that she was working for at the time. Just like now, back then as well, nobody wanted to talk about it. Now it's fully available on the internet and in the media what
if
happened.
that's the case,
So
I
now,
would condemn it.
now, okay, you condemn it.
Then I would condemn it. I would condemn it. I would condemn it. And then if there is proof that it's happened and it's been mentioned the day it happened, I would expect my colleagues to stand up and support. And if they don't, then I think I completely agree with you that they're being silent and it's not right. They have to speak up. They have to. They should.
Why do you think they're not speaking up, Akashdeep?
See, it's not, the various reasons. I have always felt sad that in spite of calling ourselves an industry, everybody works on a selfish instinct and everyone works for himself or herself. And they just focus on what they are doing and what's next on their plate, and trying to comment on what happened between Nana and Tanushree doesn't fit into anything important in their scheme of things, which is the tragedy, which I completely feel should not happen. Because if we have to be respected and loved and be admired as an industry, we should stand up at times like this and condemn what's wrong. But unfortunately, everybody's in their own trip, on their own individual agendas, and as a wholesome unit, we don't stand up. And I would not be in a position to defend my fraternity at such moments.
Sapna?
That's exactly what I was telling you, right? Like everyone is so
They're not
into their
interested.
own
They
thing
feel it's too small.
that
Why should
nobody
they-
really wants
why
to stand
should they
up for
get
anyone
into it?
else. But the point here being is also, why are we always looking for men to stand up for us? yeah?
Exactly.
Like why do I care what Amitabh or Amir have to say about this? Where are the women? I mean, this is where the women need to come out, because that's how the whole Me Too campaign started, right? It wasn't
I
just
mean all
banking
actors,
on
all actors,
some great
all actors.
star to say, hey, little girl, let me come out and rescue you and take your side. I mean, this is just India for you. But where are the women? This is why I worked on one Bollywood film. I'll never do it again. It's rampant. It's a rampant space for
What
sexual
happened
harassment.
when you worked with
No,
on the
I
Bollywood
mean, nothing happened with me. Look at me. People are afraid of me. I don't think anything happened to me. But watching on an outsider, just watching what happens on set and the silence that comes with it, it's tremendous. It's really vile to see that. I mean, I don't want to bring up those people because I feel it's not my job to bring up someone else's story. I think that they should be responsible, and then if they come up, I will be there as your witness. You know what I mean? But the point being is that it's rampant on all sets, and being a hairdresser myself, you hear stories like that from vanity vans, you hear stories about on set, but nobody comes out and talks about it. It's really, really insane.
In fact, Janice Sequeira is with us right now. Janice is a very respected...
No, I beg to disagree.
Well, one second, Akash, 1 second. Janice is a very respected film journalist, and at the time, 10 years ago when this incident took place, Janice was a reporter. She covered the incident and she covered it on air. So for anyone who says, why is Tanushree talking about it now for publicity, let Janice set the record straight for you. Janice, could you tell us what you witnessed back then and what happened back then?
Okay, so let me try and summarize this. Firstly, I want to say on record, as I start now, narrating the story, that every word that Tanushree Datta has spoken is true. She's not just spoken about it now, she's spoken about it in 2008. Though I do want to correct you that when I covered this story, unfortunately, the way the things unfolded on that night, she told me the story much later at night, and on that particular night when this incident took place, she was too scared to come on camera. But in the days that followed, this is we're talking about March 2008, she did talk about what happened to her on the sets of Horn OK Please multiple times. She also filed a police complaint. She also filed a complaint with CINTA. She also filed a complaint with the Producers Association. Now, going back to what happened that day, well, my team and I were invited on the sets by the producers to cover what is known as the behind the scenes. So we were promised an interview with Nana Patekar, Tanushree Datta, and I remember reaching the set and my camera person had reached a bit ahead of me. And the first thing he told me is that, the shooting has stopped because the heroine of the film, Tanushree Datta, is very upset. I entered the set and like he said, I could make out that there was so much tension on the set. I mean, there's Tanushree in the center. I can see Nana Patekar, Ganesh Acharya and the producer in a corner sort of, in discussion. There are about 50 dancers sitting all around and all of them just don't know what's happening. Then they somehow start shooting. There were a couple of dance moves that were rehearsed and that's when something snapped and Tanushree walked off set. What happened after that was sort of so outrageous because she went into a vanity van within about half an hour to an hour. There were goons who arrived on set. There were protesters who arrived out of nowhere. And I asked one of the protesters, who called you here? And the first thing the protester says is that, the producers called us on set because he wants to recover his money. In the midst of all this, there's Nana Patekar who's walked coolly off set and he's just, loudly, like he saw me with my boom, so he presumed I was recording him. He's just proclaiming, oh, meri beti jaisi hai, when I hadn't even asked him a question. In the midst of all this, we realized that it's been a couple of hours now and Tanushree has locked herself up in the vanity van because that's how scared that girl was to come out of her vanity van. Her parents came to pick her up. They broke her car. They broke the windshield. They broke the side mirrors. I mean, the driver had to park the car so close to the vanity van so that, she literally would be able to get out of the vanity van and jump into the car. The police had to escort her out. That's how bad the situation was. Late at night, around post-midnight, I finally managed to kind of speak to her on the phone and I said, Tanushree, I've covered everything that's happened on set today. You need to tell me your version of what's happened. She called me home and she looked in a terrible state and her parents looked distraught because obviously they weren't used to the kind of situation they've been put in that day. And what she told me was that for 3 days, she had rehearsed this song with Ganesh Acharya. And she was told that, neither Nana Patekar nor any other actor was supposed to be a part of any of the dance sequences. Come the day of the shoot, they've inserted some lewd moments. They want Nana Patekar to have some lecherous, intimate moments with her. And all of this is happening on the set. Almost like, the three men, the producer, the actor, and the choreographer are colluding to come together and say, hey, we want to do this. And the leading lady has no say. I mean, she was humiliated. She was embarrassed. She also went and complained to the director at one point that I don't like the way Nana Patekar is touching me and looking at me. But no one took her seriously.
Well, Janice, a lot of people are now saying that she's come out and talked about it at this point because she's got a gig with a television show. She's looking for her own publicity. What's your response to that? For someone who's seen this, perhaps from day one, what's your response to that accusation?
But does that change the truth? From my own personal conversations with Tanushree, She has told me that neither does she want to make a comeback to Bollywood, and that the Big Boss guys, which is probably the television show that you're talking about, offer her a spot on their show every single year. So, and she declines them every year. So my point is that I don't know whether there's any truth to those rumors of her going on the show. She has told me there is no truth to those rumors. She has also told me, I think she's gone on record on at a few places to say that she's not interested in making a big comeback to Bollywood. My point is that from what she's told me, she wants this truth off her chest. And I think the main reason I came forward is that I didn't want her story to die another natural death, just like so many other stories. I mean, I was on that set. I'm actually surprised, Jake, that given the fact that this is not one of those typical stories that happens behind closed doors, this is something that happened in front of 50 to 100 people, that there aren't more people who've come forward. Also, Tanushree didn't just speak to me about it. Of course, I may have been among the first few journalists she spoke to about this incident because I was there and because I spoke to her late at night. But I do know that over the course of the next few days after this incident in 2008, she spoke to several other journalists. So why are people so surprised that you're behaving like she's making all of this up for a publicity stunt? Where are the other journalists who did arrive later on the scene when the protests were happening? Why aren't more people coming forward and saying, hey, this happened and we know about it?
Absolutely. In fact, Janice, stay with us because we have Tanushree Datta on the phone line. I'm told right now. Tanushree Datta, thank you for joining us. Ms. Datta, I understand that this must be difficult for you to see the kind of reaction you're getting from some parts of the media and the lack of reaction perhaps from the rest of the industry. Are you surprised by the fact that nobody wants to respond, that nobody in Bollywood has made a comment? People are generally shying away from the entire issue?
I'm not surprised at all, Faye, because this is exactly the kind of situation that I've already gone through 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I was a early 20s something scared girl who had just gone through this traumatic experience, being attacked by an angry mob, being harassed on the set. And Janice has already told you, I'm sure, what all has transpired on the set. She was there. She was a witness to everything. So I'm so grateful to Janice for even coming forward, because that not only corroborates my story but also gives another eyewitness perspective on what she observed as a human being, what she observed, the vibe, the reaction, what state I was in, all of that. And that has really helped me, because unfortunately in our country, when one woman speaks up, there is so much, doubt being cast on her story. The entire, scenario is turned in against her to begin with. So Bollywood's reaction, I'm not surprised, but I'm very happy that, the media by and large is standing by me, and this movement is actually started because of the media, because I don't think I would have had the courage and strength to go through this whole ordeal all over again if I didn't feel like this time there would be people who are willing to tell my story, and then there are people that...
So that's, Ms. Datta, that's the question a lot of people are asking. Why bring it up again after 10 years? What were your reasons to bring up this issue one more time?
Because in the last 10 years, my harassment didn't stop on set. My harassment didn't stop when the cops rescued us. My harassment didn't even stop when I filed an FIR. My harassment continued for years and years after that, because these guys had filed a counter FIR even before we filed an FIR. So now, to deal with that counter FIR, my dad, my hairdresser and my spot boy had to go to the police station over and over again. One time my hairdresser was locked up along with the spot boy. We had to spend money, energy, resources to, deal with that whole situation. Finally, both the FIRs were dropped, and we were like, maaf karo, humko justice nahi chahiye, lekin humko harass karna band kar do. So that is what happens in our country. Yeah. You can threaten a woman with a court case, and in fact, I even got calls from their side saying, कि अब तो पुलिस थाने के चक्कर लगा रहे हो, कोर्ट केस करने जाओगे तो कोर्ट के चक्कर लगाने पड़ेंगे 10 साल तक. So you see the environment at that point of time, and even today that's like that. Nana Patekar is trying to threaten me with court cases even today.
Yes.
To shut me up and to send me back to wherever I came from. So they got away with it that time with the intimidation, fear, tactics, and all of this, and they are still doing it today even. So they're exposing themselves. So whatever I said, not only is Janice corroborating it, but Nana Patekar and that whole gang, they are also corroborating my story by their own attitude.
Well, Ms. Datta, the FIR that you filed back then, was it for harassment or did it include sexual harassment?
See, I was in such a shaken state that, and I don't understand these legal and police terms. I went there, the cop sitting in front of me asked me, Madam, kya hua tha? And like a parrot, I just narrated to him everything from start to finish. Now, what is there in the FIR, what they wrote, what they left out, I don't know. Because honestly, even when I was going to the cop station, I was, getting told by people that you dare not take his name, you dare not do this, you dare not do that. The cops already knew before we even arrived over there. They had gotten calls from MNS Party, they had gotten calls from Nana Patekar and his lawyers and all these people. So you know what I'm saying? Is like, that's not even the issue over here. The FIR is not the issue. The issue is not that I'm speaking up again now. The issue is that some people got away with this 10 years ago and they are still trying to get away with it 10 years later also. And we talk about a Me Too movement in our country. We support Me Too movement in Hollywood. But when there is an opportunity for people to rise and do the right thing and to make something wrong correct.
Do you believe, Tanushree Datta, do you believe that Nana Patekar should be punished for sexual harassment?
He should be punished for everything. But Faye, I don't have the time, energy, money and resources or anything to pursue any kind of civil litigation, police case, court case, because you and I both know that will be another beginning of another harassment for me. Not for him, for me and my family. My family has already gone through a lot of harassment. So that is why I'm bringing this trial to the media to expose him, what kind of person he is, what kind of people these people are, and I'm urging the industry to stop working with them. That will be an apt punishment for them.
But Tanushree Datta, for an industry that has not at all even reacted in the last 24 hours to your story, how do you expect for the rest of the industry to stop working with him if they're not even going to make a comment at this point? Because obviously it seems, and in silence is complicity, so it obviously seems that Bollywood at this point wants to stand with Nana Patekar.
Faye, I think that the fact that I've even raised this point that these people should be boycotted and nobody should work with them, henceforth anybody who even signs a movie with these culprits will be questioned by the media. What I understand from the situation now is that nobody is going to forget about it anymore. Every time a movie announcement is made with these people, these big stars who pretend to be holier than thou and, saintly figures, they will expose themselves more and more by supporting these people. So they are all going to expose themselves now. I don't even have to speak anymore. I have done what I had to do to defend myself, because in the last 10 years, all the kind of things that have been spoken about me, the lies that were spread about me, my reputation, the damage that I have suffered to my property, reputation, name, psychology, to my spirit, is something that cannot be quantified. And these are the people who have been behind this. If I didn't speak up for myself, nobody would. I had to do this. I had to set the record straight. And I just hope and pray to God that something good comes out of it for somebody out there who can, have hope that, someday they will be heard too. And for all those nuisance creators out there, they should be afraid that someday if their miscreancies can also be exposed in public like that. And people should, basically the message that is going out right now is be careful. Don't just mess with people. Don't just think that you can get away with everything. So there is a larger social message also that is going out. If I forget about what will be the outcome of it, I think this itself is victory. That many people, all those roadside Romeos and all those weirdos out there are getting this clear message that you never know which girl will come back after 10 years, 20 years, and she is going to then take their case, So that fear is very important. If the law and order is not putting that fear in people because the system is lackadaisical, then we as human beings will have to now rise up in spirit and tell people that no, enough is enough. Don't think that you can get away with anything in this country.
In fact, very interestingly, Padma Lakshmi had just put out a story about how she was raped as a teenager when she was 16 years old and she didn't say anything and why she didn't say anything. But there's a quote I want to read out to you, Tanushree Datta, where she says Some say a man shouldn't pay the price for an act committed as a teenager, but a woman pays the price for the rest of her life for being a victim. And so do the people who love her. Is this true? You and your family have had to pay the price for the last 10 years for being on the receiving end of this instance.
You know, people don't even realize that when you do such things, you harass a person, you put that person in an extremely uncomfortable situation, you manipulate the entire environment, force that person to do something that they don't want to do, and when they refuse to do it, you call goons to attack them. And then, their harassment continues with the legal system also. It can have long-lasting effects on their mind and psyche. My parents are still reeling under the effects of what happened 10 years ago. I went on to the spiritual path and I healed myself. I got healed. I had the grace of God, to take me through that. I had so many fears, insecurities. I was afraid of crowded places. I was afraid of going back on movie sets, although, I had movie offers, but I couldn't. I would wake up in the morning sometimes not having a purpose in life. I would wake up in the morning and be like, there was a point when I was a happy-go-lucky girl going for shooting, looking forward to a film release. And today, I have the opportunity to work, but I cannot because I'm frozen out of a fear that something like this could happen again. Another Nana Patekar, another Manse Party attack. So, damage happens on so many different levels.
Yes.
At times, I would go to sleep praying to God, asking Him, why don't you do this, God, that tomorrow morning when I wake up, how about I don't wake up at all? Because any which way, tomorrow morning is going to be another day when I'm going to watch these people carry on with their life, signing movies with big stars, whereas here I am dealing with, all of these issues within myself and, trying on a path of healing. So this is what happens when you think that you can get away with anything, and this is what I want people to know. That it's not like, वो आए थे, उनकी गाड़ी को अटैक हो गया, अच्छा थोड़ा बहुत उनको harassment हो गई, so what's the big deal? No, it is a big deal.
Well, the question that we have to ask, the question we have to ask right now, both to Tanushree Datta and to everybody else on the panel is, should Nana Patekar at this point be punished for sexual harassment? Should there be a case filed against Nana Patekar for sexual harassment? Should he be held responsible? Tanushree, if you would stay on the phone with us, I'd really appreciate that. I'm going to go back to my panel at this point. Akashdeep Shabir is the only as the director on this panel, do you believe that Nana Patekar at this point should stand trial or should be investigated for sexual harassment? Should there be a case filed against him?
No, in fact, while I was hearing Tanushree, I wanted to ask a question, but I didn't want to interrupt her flow of thought. I just want to know, what's the status of the case today? Where does it stand? Where has it reached in 10 years? Could she let us know? Because only then would we be able to comment on what should be the way forward. Tanushree, what's the status?
No. Akashdeep Shabir, let me first of all, I will ask Tanushree that question, but let me make it clear. I am not asking for your legal opinion at this point. I'm asking you whether or not you believe that Nana Patekar should be held accountable for sexual harassment.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely, this incident should be taken up, but unfortunately as an industry we're not recognized as an industry. We don't have rules and regulations. There are no guidelines in place. There is no protocol set for us.
You are in the country.
She has to take recourse at the police
we have
and
a
at the courts.
constitution.
And that's what she's done.
And we have an
Where
IPC.
are you going to hold Nana Patekar accountable? Where? In which? In a film court? In which court are you going to hold him responsible and bring everybody together and sit down and understand? And
I wish we had a lawyer on this panel, but unfortunately we don't have a lawyer on this panel right now. But let me tell you, Akashdeep Shabir, the film industry is not immune to the IPC. You fall under the IPC. Sexual harassment is against the law.
Exactly.
So just because you call yourself yourself an industry, you have unions within the industry, you have unions that are recognized by the law.
We need laws.
So you don't need a separate law to govern sexual harassment within the Hindi film industry. It is the law applies to all of you.
No, you've not got my point. So that's what I've said. So it's covered under IPC. So she's gone to the police. She's gone to the police, she's gone to the courts. That's the best she could do. But I'm saying, how do we call Nana and the group and have a meeting and decide what's right and what's wrong? What kind of a mechanism do we have in place where we can do that? We have to wait for the outcome of law.
Stop working with him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not in any way
Tanushree
trying to
Datta
say
says stop working with him.
That it should not be brought up.
Stop working with him. Mukesh Tyagi has a point to make.
Why
Mukesh
do we
Tyagi.
stop working with him until we know the outcome? We are waiting for the... But I tell you, if there is a verdict, then one can push that agenda
I come in,
the
please?
industry.
Mukesh
But we
Tyagi,
have
go
to
ahead.
wait for that.
Mukesh Tyagi, go ahead.
Individually, what does one do?
You see,
I am not
you see, the
saying it's
point
the right
is,
thing, but
I
that's
have
the
a lot of-
helpless situation.
Can I speak, please, now?
I am on Tanushri's side, but can you tell me?
Akash,
I decide. I
Akash,
will
can
not
I
work
speak
with Dana
now?
anymore. How does it going to help?
It's going to help
Okay, I
plenty if
decide.
that's what you've
on
decided.
television, I say. How will it
Akash,
help?
can I speak now, please?
Mukesh Tyagi, please go ahead.
Akash, can I speak now, please?
Yeah, let me finish.
Can you give me
sir.
a chance to speak, or you
after
want
I
to
finish.
continue speaking? Then I'll keep quiet.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Akash. I appreciate your. You see, what I'm trying to say is, like, there are a number of mechanisms. The laws have been formulated. Sexual Harassment Act 2013. There are Section 354A, B, C, 375, including voyeurism, stalking. Government of India has formulated several legislation to protect the dignity of women under Article 19 of the Indian Constitution, which is right to life and dignity. I have a lot of respect for Tanushri Datta because I also know her personally. We went together as a judge and I know her, and I'm very proud of the fact that she has reached to a very highest level. She became Miss India. She was also considered among 10 top shortlisted candidate for Miss
Your
World.
point is?
So she is a self-made girl from a very humble family, and of course my point is that, you see, the point I'm trying to say is, number one, the time factor is a very serious issue in this matter. And a lot of legal analysts have also deliberated on this matter. If the matter is raised after 10 years, it loses lots of its sheen because corroborative value of the evidence also gets diminished.
Mr.
And
Mukesh Tyagi,
let me
Mr.
tell
Mukesh
you,
Tyagi,
maybe
you've
we
been
can
invited
create
here
a
as a
noise
film
on the-
producer again.
Listen to me.
I'm not
let me
asking for your
complete.
legal opinion.
Let me complete just by saying that, no, I'm not giving a legal, but it has to be determined by judiciary that who is right and who is wrong. Can you pass a judgment that Tanushri is right and Nana Patekar is wrong?
Yeah,
Can you give this
that was
judgment?
the
Does
point I
that
was
judgment
making,
has
Faye.
any other relevance other than the social sanction? You see, it has to. We are living in a democracy. We are living in a due process of law, and due process of law has to take its own course. What the Women Commission were doing, a matter has happened 10 years now. The Women Commission can so more to take the cognizance if such kind of deviation has happened. They have done nothing. How many reporters have covered this story? I have not got the access of much reports of 2008. I tried to go through the Google. I didn't see that. Reporters completely suspended the entire movement. The FIR was withdrawn. It was not reported. So, we have completely compromised with the judicial process. And in a democratic setup, the media can raise any voice. We all have a sympathy for the women, and exploitation should not happen. Why Bollywood is not constituting the committee under the Sexual Harassment Act? Why? There are a number of rampant cases. Priyanka Chopra raised the issue of Harvey Weinstein. A lot of issues are coming up. Payal Rohatgi, there are a number of cases. Shaini Ahuja lost his career because of that. So, we are not institutionalizing. We are not raising the issue. Just standalone one voice under the Me Too campaign will not resolve these malaise. We need a very institutional kind of a things. And we need to have sensitivity in the Bollywood industry. I'm not denouncing at all the Tanushri Datta's protest. She has a right to protest whatever she can do, but there has to be some logic and
Okay, I don't
reasoning
understand.
behind it.
I don't understand what
So,
either
which
of you are saying.
right now
But
the
one
current-
second, let me bring in the
current
other.
debate is
One
devoid of
second, gentlemen. There are women on the panel
No,
who haven't
Faye.
spoken yet. Hasleen Kaur, go ahead, please.
There's lack of unity in this industry because everybody
it
is
takes
so
courage
they are worried. They are.
Hasleen first, and then Fauzia. Hasleen first.
Can I
Hasleen.
speak, please?
Yes, go ahead.
People are worried. I believe those 100 people who were on set that day when this incident happened with Tanushri, each one of them is very worried that tomorrow whether they'll have their jobs or not, because they're hired on a daily basis. Technicians, people on the set, everybody. Our work depends. I'm part of that industry. Our work depends on an everyday basis, whatever we get. So I think those people are not willing to come forward and talk like Janice the way she has and give support and evidence of this entire incident. I think if they were all to come forward and talk about it, and if they had done it, Tanushri wouldn't have had to wait 10 years to come finally to the media and bring this forward. That is what is lacking. People need to speak up. It happens to every girl. I've been modeling and then I've acted in one film. These kind of incidents have happened to me also. People have made sexual advances. People have had lewd comments passed at me. They've told me straight out that this is what you have to do in order to get a film, and if you're ready to do it, you're here, otherwise you walk out the door. And I've decided to walk out the door. I've not done any other film, but that's the problem. Very few people speak up, and I'm very saddened by the fact that Tanushree doesn't have that kind of support from the people who were there on set, or even people from the industry in general, because with girls it's happening a lot. We talk about gender neutrality, we talk about men do respect women, some of them, but sometimes it is a man's world, and it happens. Men who are in power, they tend to overutilize their power and they use their influence. And for Tanushree, it came from all corners. She wasn't just sexually harassed, she was mentally harassed. She was, her property was vandalized, her parents were harassed. And even though we have all the laws in place, nothing has been done for her at all so far. So clearly there's a lack of evidence. People are not coming forward as witnesses. That could add a lot of value to the entire case. I feel really sad.
Time delays the whole thing. Time destroys.
Women need to speak up.
Fauzia Arshi, go ahead, please.
Time does not destroy anything. In media, we're bringing the issue up.
See, I think it takes...
After 47 years...
I think it takes courage to speak against any injustice. And Mr. Akash, you are telling that, should we really take any action against Nana Patekar? Of course. If it is true, yes, of course. We should all stand by Tanushree, and
that's what I said. We have to wait for it to be pronounced true.
To speak against any injustice.
Please allow her to speak.
See, if it is correct, then of course.
We have to wait for the court to give a verdict.
See, it's not about judgment. It's about a social.
That's exactly what I said.
It's our responsibility.
Fauzia, go ahead, please.
Yeah. And secondly, what I would like to say here, that all the actresses of the industry, in the industry should come forward and speak against this gesture of anybody who is doing it. And if nobody is saying against it, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise because it happens with the women. It's not a new thing that what Tanushree is talking about. Yeah. But yes, Tanushree has taken this brave step to come forward and say it. It's very humiliating. A lot of people must be questioning her. Oh, why did you do this? Why didn't you complain? And you would have come and spoken to me and in person and all. So she must be going through a hell. I can really understand. But then if entire industry is silent, it's very shameful. It's bad, and people should come up, and all the responsible people should come up, like me speaking or somebody else here in the debate speaking will make a little difference. But people to whom we look upon should speak against this.
Who are these people you're referring to, Fauzia? Who, when you say people you look up to, should talk about it? Who are these people?
The people who are responsible, who are the pillars of the film industry. Yes, who are the pillars of the film industry. Karan Johar should speak against it. Shah Rukh Khan should come forward and speak against it. If this has happened, we have to find out. Yes, if Tanushree is saying is not a joke, a female coming forward talking like this boldly is not a joke. We should take her seriously. She is not joking around or fooling around or trying to get some publicity all the time. It's never true. So all the irresponsible people who are running this industries, they should really come forward. And what Tanushree is saying is very true, that we should stop working those actors who are of this tendency. If we stop doing it, then definitely there'll be a change, there'll be a reform in the industry, which is really, really essential, because these kind of things are happening very regularly in the industry, and not only film industry, every industry it happens. Girls do not have those guts to come and say. Tanushree is saying, I really salute her for saying it. And then, yes, I would like to appeal to all of my industry people who are running these industries, who are responsible. I've taken the names that you should come forward and really support Tanushree.
So, I have a question for Janice Sequeira. Janice, when the Me Too movement started in Hollywood, it reached a point where every morning the members of the Hollywood industry would be afraid to read the news.
Yes.
They were afraid to find out whose name was next. It reached a point where the men in the industry were afraid.
Correct.
And that is how it ought to be.
Yes.
The tables ought to be turned. That if I were to even raise a hand towards a female co-star or any other co-star, that this would be the end of my career. Why can't that happen in India, Janice?
Well, firstly, because we don't believe the victim.
It should
look at
happen.
this
All
panel.
for it.
There are two men on this panel who have constantly reiterated that time has diluted the story.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Hollywood movement.
Yeah.
I mean, the women who spoke out against Bill Cosby, they were raped by him in their teens, when they were young women. They've spoken out after 15, 20, 30 years. The same thing with Harvey Weinstein. The actors who've come out and spoken against him. They were, again, very young when, those incidents took place with them. It took them 10, 8, 15 years to come and speak out. So it starts with, firstly, us believing the victim. I don't know why do we find it so difficult to believe it when victims come out and speak? Why do we immediately slut shame them? Why do we immediately label them with, oh, she's doing it for a publicity stunt. Oh, she must want to make a, come back to Bollywood. Oh, she must be getting a lot of money at Big Boss. Why do we rush to just label it and dismiss the story? What is it about our society that just stops us from saying, hey, okay, we don't know if it's 100% the truth, but let's investigate this. Let's find out what happened. Were there any eyewitnesses? And in Tanushree's case, there is an eyewitness. I have come forward. I have spoken out. And yet, people are still dismissing the story. People on your own panel are saying, don't know if it's the truth. This girl went to CINTA back in 2008. CINTA is, of course, the Cine Artists Association. She filed a police FIR. She, went to every sort of media publication to talk about her story. She did it then. She did it now. Right now, she doesn't even have an agenda. So what is she really doing it for if not to tell her story and to tell her truth? And about, this entire, mentality where we've conditioned ourselves to believe that the leading men can get away with everything. I mean, that needs to change, Faye. On set, men should be worried that, if I behave in a certain way, forget about with the leading lady, but even with an extra, even with an AD, even with a female technician, they should be worried about what could happen if that actually reached the press or that actually reached the police. They should be worried. That conditioning needs to change. Currently, I mean, pretty much on every set, it's an open joke. What's happening? Who's doing what? How the leading man is manipulating the leading lady? What has he promised her? Or what is he doing to manipulate her into doing certain things? I mean, that's coercion. That's exploitation. That conditioning, that mentality needs to change. And I think that's why Tanushree's story is so important. Because if we keep the story alive in mainstream news, if we ensure that it's given the right kind of support and not just dismissed as yet another Bollywood sob story, that conditioning will change. And you're talking about the Me Too movement. I mean, maybe not now, but maybe in the next 2-3 years, I believe there's a flood of a Me Too movement that's going to come out of Bollywood. I mean, literally what you said. Men are going to be so worried about waking up to see which woman has spoken out against them because there are that many stories floating around in this industry.
In fact, we have a viewer on the phone line right now with something very important to say. 1 second. Aryan Batra is on the phone line from Kolkata. Aryan, very quickly, what do you want to say?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm from Kolkata. Ma'am, I have a point. Like I think these actors are the role models for us. If they are doing such things, then what will be the impression on the people, especially on the people? Like in India, whenever something is happening to a woman, firstly, if she goes out and tells something to the court or anyone, then her character is assassinated in such a way that she is not able to show her face in front of anyone. This is our India. Why, ma'am? Because in this case, if the justice is provided, then it will be a slap to every molester out there that even after 10 years or 20 years, the justice will be served.
Absolutely. And consider the fact that Bill Cosby has now been found guilty of sexual assault. by a judge and sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison decades after the crime was committed. Decades after the crime was committed. Bill Cosby is now an old man in his 90s. He is now going to go to jail for something that he did when he was much younger. So the argument, first of all, that, oh, this was 10 years ago and that's why the story has no teeth, that argument doesn't hold. Not on this show, and it certainly doesn't hold in a court of law, I'll tell you that. The argument that she's doing it for publicity, I'm sorry, is what you call victim shaming, doesn't hold. Not in a court of law, and it will not hold in this studio either. And guess what? I have absolutely no interest in scoring roles in Bollywood. So I have nothing to lose today when I say Nana Patekar must be investigated for sexual harassment. I want nothing from him or any of his cronies or his colleagues or the other important men of Bollywood who suddenly today woke up without a spine and discovered that they can't say anything. Nana Patekar must be investigated for sexual harassment. Every man in Bollywood who has ever laid a finger on a woman without her consent must be investigated for sexual harassment. There should be a wave, a deluge, a flood so large that it topples this entire so-called industry. That you wake up in fear and a cold sweat every morning to find out whether you are next. Whether the girl you sexually harassed 10 years ago has now come out and said to the world that you did so. Enough is enough. Time is up. Your time is up. You can no longer treat girls and women like they're commodities. Because guess what? These girls and women are not alone anymore. We're here. We have voices now. It's not 10 years ago. News channels are not no longer led by men. Some of us women have found voices. And we will stand with those of our sisters who need our help. I encourage all of the women who are watching, not just in Bollywood, in any walk of life. It doesn't matter how many years ago it happened. Come out and talk about it, and we will support you. Because the only way to make this stop is to tell the truth. And we will tell the truth over and over and over and over again until these men are so afraid to victimize the next young girl that they never do it. Let me point out very clearly, men like this don't victimize women like us, women who know the difference between right and wrong, who know their rights, who know when to throw the book at someone. They victimize young women who are new in every single industry, in their early 20s, who are afraid and don't know when to ask for help. They victimize those women. But guess what? Those women will now be in their 30s and their 40s. And I'm encouraging them to tell the truth about you. And if you're at home right now worrying about what you did 10 years ago, I hope someone tells the truth about you as well. I call upon my sisters in every industry to come out and tell the truth. Let's stop this behavior right now. And I hope that the courts take suo motu cognizance of this particular case of Nana Patekar. Thanks for watching.